What's going on for 2024? It's not self-evident, yet Jeep has revived the Warrior for 2024 and made some hardware changes. Following the Wrangler's revive recently, the combatant gets a rounder grille, making it look almost as charming as the reduced Jeep Maverick. At this point not offered is the diesel V6, leaving the gas 3.6-liter V6 as the main motor. There's likewise a huge 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen inside, which the combatant didn't propose previously, and it comes standard even on the base game trim level. Jeep has likewise added new wheel plans and a windshield-incorporated radio wire. Iron Block is another paint choice for 2024. Jeep likewise adds Mojave X and Rubicon X, which offer extra gear from their current trims, as steel guards and 12-way power customizable calfskin seats. Jeep has additionally added side drape airbags for front and back travelers as standard hardware in 2024. The Jeep Warrior happens when you lash a pickup truck bed onto the rear of a 4-entryway Wrangler. The outcome is one amusing to drive off the street moderate-size pickup. The Happy treats life probably as in a serious way as anybody could while claiming something with a removable top and entryways and an overlay-down windshield. Its ferocity makes it harsher around the edges to drive on cleared streets than more humanized medium-sized pickups like the Chevy Colorado or Honda Ridgeline. Yet its four-wheel drive framework and suspension are worked to get hammered rough terrain. The Warrior is joined by the Toyota Tacoma as the main pickup trucks to offer a 6-speed manual transmission. Generally, an 8-speed program shifts itself for you. The Fighter's power plant is a 285 HP 3.6-liter V6, which is less strong than large numbers of the fresher and more current choices. We think the Game S is the ideal material to make our optimal Warrior. We'd pick the off-road tires and against turn-back differential for further developed footing when the blacktop closures, and we'd add the evades to make getting in out and more straightforward. We'd likewise choose the 3-piece hardtop for its capacity to open the rooftop rapidly. Inside, we'd spec the main event for better commotion and temperature protection and move up to the bigger 8.4-inch touchscreen, since it adds route and is more modern than the standard 5.0-inch unit. Our other favored choices incorporate the Freight, the Executive's Pack, 400-watt power inverter, an under-seat capacity receptacle, and a bed-mounted 115-volt outlet, and the helper switches and updated charging framework for any light bars or extras that will without a doubt add for most extreme Jeepness. Motor, transmission, and execution. The Fighter is controlled by a 3.6-liter V6 that produces 285 pull and 260 pound-feet of force, directed through a standard 6-speed manual transmission or a discretionary 8-speed programmed. We tried an overland model with the programmed, which required 7.2 seconds to hurry to 60 mph. All in all, it's somewhat more slow than most contenders. Each Fighter accompanies a 5.5-foot truck bed. Contrasted and the standard Wrangler, the Warrior has an extra 19.4 crawls between the front and back tires. Jeep says this works on the pickup's ride and dealing with. Now that we've driven a few models, we can affirm that it drives similar as the Wrangler. On cleared streets, the truck's directing needs accuracy, and the ride can be occupied on lopsided surfaces. In any case, these qualities are essential for the equation that makes the Fighter both a genuine pickup truck and a path-prepared device. Fans care more about the truck's accessible rough-terrain hardware, which incorporates everything from abundant pallet plates to shake-creeping hub proportions to the capacity to passage up to 30 crawls of water. Liberal ground leeway and approach takeoff points further assist the combatant with vanquishing parts obscure, towing and payload limit. At the point when appropriately prepared, the Fighter can tow an amazing 700 pounds. Indeed, even the most fragile form can pull a 4,000-pound trailer. For correlation, the Wrangler is simply appraised to tow as much as 3,500 pounds. Those hoping to stack up the combatant's freight bed can convey somewhere in the range of 1,105 and 1,700 pounds of payload. Mileage and true MPG fighter models furnished with the standard manual transmission are appraised at 16 mpg city and 23 expressway. The programmed gearbox builds its assessed city MPG to 17 and drops its expressway figure to 22 mpg. We've tried one or two form of the fighter with a programmed transmission on our 75 mpg Parkway course that assists us with assessing genuine mileage. The Overland model was the most effective form, returning 21 mpg on the thruway. However, the Mojave returned a much lower 15 mpg. Notwithstanding, the last option was outfitted with greater tires and a higher back hub proportion than the Overland, 4% versus 373. Inside, Solace and Freight inside, the Warrior has an upstanding dashboard that impersonates the Wranglers and supports easy-to-use controls. Strong subtleties incorporate a waterproof press button start, and there are discretionary comfort elements. For example, a Warmed directing Hagley front seats. Jeep says the truck's extended wheelbase further develops secondary loungy legroom versus the 4 entryway Wrangler. The Combatant additionally has body and rooftop boards that can be handily eliminated to make an outside lodge. Alongside its 5.5-foot freight bed, the Fighter is loaded up with clever inside stockpiling choices. Its lodge has a small bunch of spots to stick a cell phone and a convenient compartment concealed under the secondary lounge. The actual seats can be put away in more than one way and afterward safely secured for when the path turns misleading. Infotainment and network. Each Warrior utilizes a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The sound system can likewise be redesigned with a discretionary subwoofer and compact remote speaker behind the rearward sitting arrangement. Front seat travelers will be conscious of a few power focuses, which incorporate 2 USBs and a USB-C port. A 115-volt outlet is likewise accessible. Security and driver help components. Yet the Jeep pickup is open with a humble bundle of driver help development. Its rundown is basically more unassuming than specific competitors. Jeep adds standard side conceal airbags for 2024 for both first and second line Voyagers. Unfortunately, the base game trim very countless the standard prosperity features of the Game S and more raised level trims. The Rubicon model has a significant forward-looking camera that ends up being helpful while spearheading trails or crawling over rocks. Key security features include open adaptable excursion control, open weak side noticing, open back halting sensors, guarantee and upkeep inclusion. The Warrior has a guarantee that is like the remainder of the Jeep setup, which incorporates cutthroat restricted and powertrain inclusions. The pickup likewise incorporates 3 years of free upkeep. Restricted guarantee covers 3 years or 36,000 miles. Powertrain guarantee covers 5 years or 60,000 miles. Free upkeep is covered for quite a long time and limitless miles. Subscribe to the channel for more new car information. Thanks in advance.